Today I am sharing with you my favorite new mom makeup essentials, the makeup products that I use on a regular everyday basis that are super easy to use, amazing, last all day, and are just wonderful. I can get my makeup done this way in 10-15 minutes tops, and it's just something that I like to do for myself because I can only speak for myself, but I think a lot of new moms don't have the best confidence right away because postpartum, your body has just been through a crazy life-changing thing and you don't look like you did pre-pregnancy. You might not feel the best about yourself because you feel like you look like you're a mess, you're sleep deprived, you're tired, you've got this new beautiful baby, but you may not feel very beautiful yourself. So I think it's so important to just take 10 to 15 minutes out of your day, preferably at the beginning of your day so that you can feel this way throughout the day, but just to take 10 to 15 minutes to help make yourself feel better about yourself. And no, makeup doesn't make everybody feel better about themselves, but for me, it does. If I just take 10 to 15 minutes every morning to put this little bit of makeup on my face, I feel better about myself, I feel more confident, and I'm more likely to get things done. I know that we're super busy with new babies, but new babies sleep a lot, and I think just anybody can make 10 to 15 minutes for themselves, and I think it just completely turns your day around. It'll make you feel so much better. So I have some really, really good products to share in today's video, and I was just gonna do like a sit down and share with you the products, but I figured I would not only show them and talk to you guys about them, but show you how they apply as well. So it is gonna be a demo, and as I'm talking about the products, I'll apply them so that you can see how they work in action. I think that that's really helpful. So that's what I'm gonna do today. So if you're interested in seeing all of my new mom makeup must-haves and beauty essentials, then just keep watching. So my first new mom essential and really everyday makeup essential for me is the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Primer. It's really good to find a good primer that's gonna help make your makeup last all day, especially as a new mom, because the last thing you wanna do and the last thing you have time for is touching up your makeup throughout the day and just your makeup not lasting on you. So I love this primer. It does a really good job of smoothing out my pores and filling in my fine lines, and my makeup really does last all day. So this primer is definitely a new mom must-have for me. And then my foundation is actually a CC cream, and it's the IT Cosmetics CC Plus. It's got SPF 50 in it. I absolutely love this stuff. This is 100% a must-have. I just use one pump and that works all over my entire face. This has really good coverage, it smells amazing, and it's good for your skin, and I just really, really love this. It's super easy. I like to apply mine with a beauty blender, but you can apply it with a brush. You can even apply it with your hands, and I have done that before too. If I am extra crunched for time, I'll just apply it with my hands, but I really do not like applying any kind of face makeup with my hands. I just much prefer using some sort of applicator, and the beauty blender for me is my favorite. It feels really nice blending in your foundation because it's nice and cool from being really damp, and it just blends out your foundation, your CC cream so well, and it also takes away any kind of excess product so you're not super heavy throughout the day. So I just love this CC cream. It's so good, and it's just so easy and it's quick, and that's what we need while we're chasing around a bunch of little kiddos all day. And then you also need a really good concealer to help brighten up your face and hide those under eye circles, and I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. Mine's in the Sheer Fade Neutral. This is a new product for me, and I'm still trying to decide what I like better, if I like this one better or the MAC Pro Longwear. I also put it on my eyelids because it saves an extra step. You don't need like a paint pot or anything. And then I just highlight it on the high points of my face just to add some brightness, because as a new mom, you're sleep deprived already and you need all the help you can get to help brighten and liven up your tired skin. So this is very comparable to the MAC Pro Longwear. And I've said before in my videos that I love the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I'm in in C15 in the MAC Pro Longwear when I'm at my natural skin tone, which is what I am right now. And this is very comparable in color. I will say that this concealer is really good at covering up your dark circles and brightening. I have dry skin, so I just have to make sure that I really moisturize my under eye. So I apply an under eye cream before I do my makeup. But this would be a really good concealer if you have oily skin, because it is kind of a drier formula. But it's very thin, it blends out really easily, so this is a good concealer. If you're a fan of the MAC Pro Longwear, then you'll be a fan of the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer as well. So after I blend all that in, I'm just gonna go over my skin one more time on the clean side of the Beauty Blender, just to make sure I pick up any extra product. If you have any extra product sitting on your face, your makeup might not last as long throughout the day. So, okay, now I wanna add some color to my face, and my favorite way to do that is the Chanel Bronze Universal. This is their cream bronzer, and I use this every single day, and I love to apply it with the Sigma Soft Angled Contour. It's the F23 brush. I wear this bronzer every single day. It's amazing. It's amazing, and I've raved about this so many times, but it is so good, and it's really pretty color. When I first got this, I was worried that, like, if I was self-tanned or if I was tanned during the summertime, that I wouldn't be able to wear this, because it is a lighter color. But when I was really tan in the summer, it worked for me too. So even though it is pretty light, it'll still work on you if you have a tan. But if you are medium dark skin tone, it's not going to show up on you. But this is just an amazing bronzer. I can put some on the sides of my nose. It warms up your face perfectly. I love it so much, you guys. It is so worth the price tag. I know that it's expensive, but I've used it so much, and it's got a dent in it, but I still have so much product. So it has a ton of product in there, just so you guys know if you're kind of worried about that. And then for my powder, or really I use two different powders. To set my concealer, I use the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. I use two different powders. I don't use this one all over my face. I just like to set my concealer with it. Let me just make sure that I've got it completely blended, because I don't want it to crease or anything. So I just like to go over it with the Beauty Blender one more time before I apply my powder, just to be safe. And then I just gently pat it over my concealer. And this setting powder is amazing. It's so easy, and my concealer does not budge at all. It locks it in place all day long. The reason why I don't use it all over my face is because it's very mattifying, and I don't like my face to look like a grease ball by any means, but I do like a more natural to glowy finish. So I only set this where I put concealer, or I only apply this where I set my concealer. Oh my gosh, I have a tongue twister. I only apply this where I put my concealer, and then I use a different powder to set everything else. And the powder that I use for the rest of my face is the Benefit Hello Flawless. Mine's in the shade Champagne. This is a powder foundation. This is my favorite powder to set my face with, to add extra coverage. Now, I do use other setting powders for my face, like the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder. I like that one too, but this one is great if you want your makeup to last all day. It adds a little bit extra coverage. This is a Real Techniques powder brush. And I just get a tiny bit and gently bounce it over my face to add just a bit more coverage and to set my makeup. And this powder helps my makeup last all day long. It really does. It's a really good powder, and I think that it's definitely underrated because not a lot of people talk about it at all, and it's just really fantastic. I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit more bronzer, and I know that I just put down the Chanel, but I do like to add a little bit more to my face, and for that I'm gonna use the Too Faced Sweetheart's bronzer. It's called Sweet Tea, and it's got a little bit of a sheen to it, which I like because it looks more natural and a little bit more luminous. And this is the Marc Jacobs The Bronze Brush. It's an expensive brush, but it was worth every single cent. It is amazing. And I'm just gonna apply that to the outsides of my face and everywhere that I applied the Chanel bronzer, just to add a little bit more bronze and a little bit more color. I do not contour like when I'm just doing this sort of makeup look. I mean, it's not necessary to run errands. It's not necessary to be hanging out at home or anything like that. So I just don't contour on the regular. I only do it if I have the extra time. And then for blush, I am going to apply the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in the shade Exposed. This is such a gorgeous color, and it's the perfect everyday color, and it goes with literally any kind of makeup look that you are going for. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm so happy that I purchased this blush. There's another blush that I want from the Amazonian Clay line, the Tarte blush line, from their new, what is it, the Naughtiest Nudes or something like that. They've got like 4 or 5 blushes in the nude line. Anyways, there's one in there that I want that's also really pretty. I'm gonna highlight, and I don't highlight every single day. Like if I'm crunched for time, I'll skip this step, but I do like to add a highlight. It just makes me look a little bit more awake, I think. And I like to mix 2 colors. I mix together Summer and Moonstone, and I just apply that to the highest points of my face, just to add some life and a little bit of a glow. And then I take my finger and I highlight the bridge of my nose. And then after I apply my highlighter, I like to go over everything with the stippling brush just to make sure that everything's nice and blended in and it looks nice and smooth. Now we're gonna move on to brows and mascara. And for brows, I'm using the Anastasia Brow Definer. This is in the shade Medium Brown. It's got a nice fat spoolie on one side, and then this one is the one with the angled tip. The Brow Wiz is the one with the fine tip. And I do like this brow pencil, but I will say I don't like to use it if I don't have a fresh wax. I think that with the wider applicator, it is harder to get a nice clean brow because it doesn't have as fine of a tip. But when my brows are tamed, it's really fast because it is a wide tip. So there are some pros and cons to it, but I do like it because it is a little bit wider of an applicator, so it doesn't take a long time to fill them in, which saving time is the whole point here. And the formula is nice and creamy, so it is really, really easy to blend, which I like as well. And I really like the color. I think the color works really well for me, and it matches my hair really well. Because you know, sometimes brow pencils, they'll be the right color but not the right tone, so they'll either be too warm or too ashy, and that can kind of throw off your whole brow game. And then I'm gonna set using the Benefit Gimme Brow. This is in the shade Medium Deep. They don't have this packaging anymore, and they don't have this exact color. They've got 3 colors now, which they've got, I think it's like light, medium, and dark. So if I were to repurchase this, I'd probably get the medium because I think the dark would be way too dark. And then for mascara, I am using another Benefit product, and this is the Benefit Roller Lash. This is just a deluxe size sample. I had a few of these. I think they were like Sephora Point Perks or something. But this is an absolutely fantastic mascara. If you're looking for one that's a little bit more high-end, this one's really, really good. And people say that this is comparable to, I don't know the exact name of it, but it's one from Maybelline, and it's in a pink bottle. And I guess it's fairly new. It came out over the last year, and I completely disagree. I don't think it's anything like that. I'll put the name of the mascara somewhere up here because I just can't think of the name, but I did try that mascara from Maybelline and I thought it was awful. I don't think it's anything like the Benefit Roller Lash. And if you've watched any of my older videos, I used to have eyelash extensions, and I stopped getting them during my pregnancy because like my eyelashes all broke off, and that was months ago, and they still haven't grown back all the way, and I don't know if they ever will, and it's very depressing. So now I'm like, well crap, my eyelashes are all like, they're not as long as they used to be, they're not as thick, and they're not all like the same length. They're pretty uneven. So I do wear strip lashes from time to time, not every single day, not during the weekday, only if I'm like going out at night or something, or going on a date. But I'm like, well, I know that they're bad for me, but I kind of wish that I had them now because I would save a whole nother step, because you don't have to apply mascara or anything with those. It's so easy. So, alrighty. And this is it, you guys. Oh, lips. Hold on. So when I'm just hanging out at home, I don't put anything on my lips except for like lip balm because I'm a kisser and I like to kiss all over my babies. But if I'm going on a school run or I'm going to run errands or to the grocery store or something, these are the two that I go for the most, and they live in my purse because they're just so easy. They go with anything and they just apply really well. The first is the Dior Addict. This is the lip glow, and it's the little pink balm that I'm almost out, and this is my I think this is my third tube actually. I love this stuff. It warms up with your body temperature and it creates your own perfect pink. But I also really love this Marc Jacobs lip gloss. This is in the shade Pink Flamingo, and it is a beautiful light pink that's perfect for every day. Oh, it's hard to talk and apply this at the same time. But it's sheer, but it's very shiny, very glossy, and it feels really nice on the lips, and it smells really good too. But yeah, this is it, you guys. It's so easy. It takes me 10-15 minutes tops to do this, and it's just my favorite look to go for on a regular, everyday, whether I'm lounging at home or running errands, because it doesn't take long, but you look really put together and your skin looks really nice. I do like to apply eyeshadow, but I don't do it every single day. I do love my eyeshadow, but I don't do it every single day, especially days if I'm not going to leave the house or I'm just going to do a school run or go to the grocery store or something. I only do eyeshadow if I have the extra time. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I think that as new moms, we sometimes tend to not feel as great about ourselves because our bodies don't look like they normally do. We're tired. Sometimes we just look like a mess, but I think that just taking that 10-15 minutes out of the first part of your day to spend some time on yourself and just applying a little bit of makeup to help make yourself feel good and just feel better about yourself. I think that it can completely turn your whole day around. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys again soon.